Okay, no, that's not going to work. How do I share? Ah, it did work. Okay. All right. Some more technical difficulties today. I see people are joining again. Hi, guys. I'm just getting the lighting looking good again. Oh, it's very bright. Let me just deal with that. All right, I see you guys are joining again. I'm just going to try and get this lighting under control. Thank you for your patience. Sometimes these things happen. Let me just put the lighting back up. Ooh, too much. Almost there. Okay, I think we can carry on for now, at least. Okay, so welcome back to our other live stream. Thank you for your patience in us getting fixed up here. Okay, so I see a lot of you have rejoined. I hope everyone has rejoined. Okay, we've got Elif, we've got Mohammed. All right, and we've got Luann. All right, so I assume that the link worked. I hope everyone found the link. Let's start again. All right. So I did not know that you guys could not see me, and I started giving the lesson. So these things. All right, the lighting is still a little bit bad here. Hold on. Okay, I think that will work now. Okay. Yes. So I don't know where you guys disappeared. So I'm going to start again just to make sure that we're all together on the same page. So like I was saying before you guys disappeared or I disappeared, how do you learn these lists? To you guys that have been in class with me before, you know that I have a system that I prefer you guys to use. So instead of learning a big list that you walk around with in your head, let me just make sure you guys can, all right, you guys can see me. Excellent. All right. So instead of walking around with this list inside your head, what I prefer you guys to do is to take one idiom, one new word, one phrase. Next time you have an English conversation, you put that word into the conversation. You use it. So during the conversation, you're just thinking about one word, one phrase, one idiom, one thing. And then as the conversation happens, you put it into the conversation. And what this does is that it becomes part of you. So instead of learning the list and then forgetting it, this word becomes part of you. You used it in the conversation. Then the next conversation, use another word. And then carry on. And what you do is you slowly build up the new list. You slowly build up all these new ways to express yourself. And that's much better than trying to learn everything all at once, because that often does not work. All right, so let's get started now properly with our feelings and emotions, phrases, and idioms. Now, we're going to cover a lot of different ones. Each one of these represents a different emotion or a different feeling. And we're going to do some good ones. We're going to do some bad ones. We know the bad ones, sometimes more fun to talk about. As we do one of them, I want you guys to put into the chat. Send a example sentence, send a story. Tell us how we can use that. So we're going to start with fly off the handle. We're going to start with fly off the handle. All right, so fly off the handle is all about anger. And what I want you to imagine is that we have someone and he has an axe in his hand. The axe, it's got the wooden handle and it's got the metal part at the top, and you use that to cut things. Now, if that metal part flies off the handle, it could hit someone, it could hurt them, and that's where this expression comes from. So we're talking about someone gets very angry really quickly, and they are going to hurt someone with their words. They just shout at them, they fly off the handle. So this is not only angry, it is very, very angry. And let's use it in a story, in an example. So let's say, and something a lot of you can identify with, let's say there is an exam, maybe an English exam, and a son writes it, and he gets his results, and the father sees that the results are not good. The son failed the exam, and the father gets really angry, and we would say the father flew off the handle, started shouting and insulting his son. So that's how we would use it, like the verb that's there. We use the verb, and that allows us to connect it into the sentence. So the father flew off the handle and started insulting his son. That's how we would use it. So I'm sure there's been situations where we have all felt angry or had someone feel angry with us. I want you guys to give it to us. Well, Gizem has given us another way to express this, and he says this is like being pissed off. The difference is that fly off the handle is more about shouting and screaming. Remember, it's that axe head that flies through the air. So it's shouting, it's screaming, it's really getting aggressive. Whereas being pissed off could be internal. It just means that you are angry inside. You may not be shouting out. But that is a good expression, and it's very useful. All right, so let us write this down. I'm going to give it to you. So we've got fly off the handle. And it means to be very, very angry. And we would say the father saw his son's failing results. He flew off the handle and started insulting his son. Hopefully that has never happened to you guys, or you've never had to do that, but we can all understand. All right, so that is fly off the handle, and I'll even put a little picture here of the axe head flying off the handle and hitting someone who's going to obviously get all that anger at them. All right, so next one. Now let's look at something. Let's try something positive. All right, we're going to do something positive. Let's try and keep good and bad in balance. So the next one I want to look at, and let's draw a line there, is this one. Guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure. Now, this is our expression for when we do something that we shouldn't do. We do something that's not best for us, but we do it anyway, and we enjoy it. So a good example is food. So there are lots of foods out there that have lots of sugar, lots of fat. They're not good for us. They, do all kinds of stuff to our bodies, but they taste really good. So let's say I decide I'm going to go and eat like a big bowl of ice cream all myself. I could say that's my guilty pleasure. That's something that I do. I know it's not good for me, but I love to do it anyway. And we use it like a noun. So that's why I would say this is my guilty pleasure. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a physical thing. There are some things that people watch on television, or some things that people listen to on YouTube or wherever, and they'll say, oh, I know it's not a good TV program. I know it's not good music, but I like it. And it's my guilty pleasure. So it's something we do or something we enjoy that we shouldn't. It's not really good, but we enjoy it anyway. So I'm going to put here a big bowl of ice cream as our guilty pleasure, because I think that would be my guilty pleasure. I have a sweet tooth. I'm actually going to put that down because it's a good expression as well. So I have a sweet tooth, which means I like things that are sweet. Chocolate and ice cream and all kinds of things. They are my guilty pleasures. I like them a lot. So let's put both of those idioms down there. So we've got some examples here. We've got every time he brings up the subject of culture wars, she flies off the handle. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that is a topic that a lot of people get very angry about, different cultures and what is happening in the world. That is a great example. Then we've got Luann. He annoyed her until she flew off the handle. Very good example. Sounds like an old husband and wife team that annoy each other a lot. Yes. And a great one straight away. Reading trashy novels on my commute home is my guilty pleasure. Yes. And Kubra, eating is my guilty pleasure. Excellent. Those are great examples. And Batul says, my guilty pleasure is beer. Yes. Those are all good examples. All right, let me write it down so that we have it in the chat. So we have guilty pleasures. And so this is something we do that is not good for us, but we enjoy it anyway. So he ate the bowl of ice cream. It was his guilty pleasure. Sakin says she is a linguist student. All right, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions and have any idioms that you have heard before that are about feelings and emotions, send them for us. All right, and Jamal says, drinking wine is my guilty pleasure. These are all good guilty pleasures. They're lots of fun, but sometimes not the best. They do say that drinking 1 glass of wine a day is very good for the heart. So there you go, Jamal. It's medicine. It's like you're a doctor now. All right, so we've done a bad one, we've done a good one, and we did sweet tooth as well. All right, so Kin is talking about spill the beans. I'll write it down. Let me write it down here so I don't forget it. It's not specifically about emotion, but we will do it. We'll fit it in. All right, so I want to put here sweet tooth. So sweet tooth is to like eating sweet things like chocolate. All right, and Milk Kokon says, drinking tea with sugar is my guilty pleasure. Maybe it's the sugar. That's the guilty pleasure, because tea, everyone should have. All right, let's do now a bad one. So I like this one. So we have a very interesting kind of expression here. Bite the bullet. So this sounds very strange, like someone is shooting at you, you bite the bullet. What does this mean? So bite the bullet means that you are scared to do something. You feel very frightened about this, but the expression bite the bullet means do it anyway. So you're scared, you're frightened, just do it. So how would we use it? We would say, let's say we have the 2 friends and they see someone at the bar that one of the friends wants to go and talk to, and he's scared. He doesn't want to do it. He's nervous. What if she says no? What's going to happen? And the other friend says, listen, just bite the bullet and go and talk to her. So bite the bullet means, I know you're afraid. I know you're scared. Just do it. Just do it. I don't know exactly where the expression comes from. I assume it's like you're afraid of the gun, but bite the bullet. Do it. Stop the bullets. Stop the fear. So that's what it means. So to feel fear but do it anyway. Let's put our little gun here with the bullet, and the guy is going to bite the bullet. All right, so I'm sure that's, again, something we can all understand. We've all had moments when we felt afraid, and we had to do it. We had to do whatever it was. So give us the examples there. And Zane says oversleeping is his guilty pleasure. Sleep, I can understand that too. All right, so let's write this one down. Bite the bullet. So it means to feel the fear, but to do something anyway. So let's put our example. The guy wanted to talk to the girl. He was afraid. His friend told him to bite the bullet and do it. All right, I think we've got some examples already here of bite the bullet. So Milka Mom says, I was sick and I didn't like the medicine, but I had to bite the bullet and do it. Yes, so sometimes if you get like an injection or a horrible tasting medicine, we don't like it, you just have to do it. Wonderson is asking, is it to mean to face your fears? In a way, it's to face your fears, but more in a small way. So facing your fears sounds like something is really something you've struggled with your whole life, and you're finally facing the fear. An example would be, maybe there is a problem with you and your mother, and you've always, your whole life, had this problem, and you never wanted to talk to her about it. So you face the fear and finally do it. It's a big thing. Whereas bite the bullet doesn't have to be so big. It could be something small, like talking to the girl. But that's a very good expression. Thank you, Wonderson. And maybe we're going to do that one as well. I'll write it down here. Face your fears. All right, we've got some others. So we have getting my teeth done was going to cost an arm and a leg, but I just had to bite the bullet. Very good. All right, so that's now using it not more about fear, but about I didn't want to do this. Made me feel bad that I have to spend the money, but I did it. So yes, I felt the fear, I felt bad, but I just bit the bullet and did it. Very good. And studying English with Meng Hong says, I know that applying for scholarship is like biting the bullet, but I had to do it to upgrade myself. Yes, excellent. A lot of people feel fear about something that they apply for because they could get rejected, but you have to do it. Excellent. All right. And Sakin was afraid of going to the dentist and bit the bullet. Excellent. Well done. All right, so we've done a bad one, a good one, a bad one. Let's look at another good one. All right, let's look at this one. We've got let your hair down. Let me just make sure it's in camera and you guys can see it. Okay, I'm just going to move the down a little bit so you can read what it says. So let your hair down. All right, and you can see I can do that easily. So what does it mean? Let your hair down is a fun way to say, let's go and party and have fun and do something fun. So where does it come from? If we think about someone that has their hair up and it's tied back and it's tight, and then that's how they look when they do their work. And then they go out to party and they let their hair down. They want to have some fun. They want to show that their hair is wild and free. So let your hair down. How would we use it in a sentence or in an expression? Let's say it's a group of friends and they want to go, they want to have fun, they want to go to a club. And the one friend, he doesn't want to go, he wants to stay home, maybe he wants to study for his test. And they say to him, listen, come on, it's one night, let your hair down. In other words, come on, stop being so serious and let's go have some fun. So I think we can all identify with that. We should all let our hair down sometimes. All right, so let's write that one down. Let your hair down. So it means to stop being so serious and have some fun. So how would we use it in an example? We would say, the friends wanted to go to the club, but the guy wanted to study. Ooh, my typing. They said, come on, let your hair down. In other words, come on, party with us. Let's have some fun. Don't study tonight. Can't study forever. Oh, we've already got a good example here from studying English with Ming Hong. After a long week of work, I was ready to let my hair down and enjoy a relaxing weekend with friends. Yes. Very good. All right. And all right, let's carry on. So we've done a bad one. We've done a good one. We've done a bad one. We've done another good one. Let's do this one. Not playing with a full deck. So not playing with a full deck, this is talking about an insulting way to tell someone that we think they don't know what they're talking about. So we can sometimes say that they're crazy, but saying that they're crazy is, again, another expression. We're telling them that you don't know what you're talking about. So when we say you're not playing with the full deck, we're implying they don't know what's happening. They don't know what they're talking about properly. So let me write that down. Then we'll put the example. So it's an insult, and it means someone doesn't know what they are talking about, or they're talking nonsense. What they're saying doesn't make sense. So we would say, let's go back to the friends, the group, and they've gone out now. They're partying, they're at the club, and maybe they're drinking a little bit, and now they're starting to talk nonsense because they're drunk. And one of the friends might say, listen, you're not playing with a full deck. In other words, you're not thinking straight. There's something that's not happening upstairs correctly. So that's how we would use it, even if it wasn't to do with being drunk. If the one friend had a crazy idea, he wants to start a business and the business sounds crazy, like it's never going to work, we could say to him, listen, you're not playing with a full deck. It's not going to work. That plan will never actually work. So that's how we would use it in an expression. Oh, we've got some more examples here. After class, the teacher will let his hair down. I'm probably going to do that. And we've got from Sakin, ignore exams and let your hair down. Yes. All right. And thank you, Juan. I hope you guys are all enjoying the lesson. Oh, this is a good example straight away. That guy's acting strangely. I'm not sure he's playing with a full deck. Excellent example. All right, so let's put it down. Not playing with a full deck. And I will explain where the expression comes from in a second. So this means someone is talking nonsense or doesn't make sense. And our example would be two friends are talking and they say, the business, let's put it this way. One friend wants to start a crazy sounding business. The other friend said he was not playing with a full deck. All right, now where does the expression actually come from? It comes from playing cards. So maybe you play rummy or rummy cub or poker or hearts or whatever game you play, or solitaire. And if you don't have the full deck of all 52 cards, the game doesn't work. So when we say someone is not playing with the full deck, it means they don't have all the cards. The game's never going to work because cards are missing. So that's where the expression actually comes from. Yes, that's correct. It's from card games. All right, let's look at another one. So let's talk about, is this on the board here? I want to put it here. Let me make some space. This is something we can all identify with. And this is a pet peeve. And this is all about Irritation, being irritated. So a pet peeve is something small that makes us feel irritated, makes us feel, oh, I wish they wouldn't do that. It could be anything. And everyone has a different pet peeve. Everyone has a different thing that annoys them, that irritates them, or something that bugs them. So we can also say it bugs me, which means it irritates me. It's my pet peeve. So let's think of an example. One of the examples that a lot of people on the internet get annoyed about is grammar. Using the wrong word in the wrong place, and people get very upset about this for some reason. Or even colors. Some people are very annoyed by certain colors. I get annoyed or irritated by certain colors. I won't tell you what they are. That's my pet peeve. So it's something small. It's not even a big thing, but when I see it, it's like, I don't like that color. That's my pet peeve. So that's how we would use it. Someone may say to you, what bugs you? What's your pet peeve? And you tell them, oh, I don't like it when people use that one word. That one word doesn't work for me. Or I don't like it when people wear dirty shoes. Or I don't like it when people don't clean up after themselves. They don't wash their dishes. These are all small things, but they irritate us. So those are our pet peeves. So you guys can tell me, what are your pet peeves? I think I'd love to hear that. That can be a lot of fun. All right, so we've got pet peeves. So these are about irritation. These are small things that irritate us about life or people. So as an example, I'm going to use the dirty shoes because that's the best example. So the mother's pet peeve was when people walked with dirty shoes in the house. That's her pet peeve. Oh, I see some already coming out. Messy rooms are Sakin's pet peeves. And Doralco, my pet peeve is the people always talk, but they don't listen. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That's almost philosophical. And we've got people talking on their phones during a movie is my pet peeve. Yes, that's a bad one, especially when the light is there and you can see the light on the phone as well. That's a good one. Oh, we've got more. His constant tapping on the table is a major pet peeve of mine. It always distracts me when I'm trying to focus. Teacher to a student, didn't have good marks. You're not playing with a full deck. It's also a good use of that because they're not focused. They don't have all the information. When someone interrupts me when I speak, interrupts my speech is my pet peeve. That's Iran. And Jensu's asking, is this an American accent? Well, it's not really part of our lesson. I don't know what this accent is. It's whatever you want to hear. And my pet peeve is my brother not obeying me. Very good. These are excellent. Keep them coming. All right, let's do another one. We've got this one. Let's do it. So it's a bad one. It's about a negative emotion, but we all feel this way as well. And it's down in the dumps. And you can already tell from the word down, we're talking about sadness or depression. Sadness or depression. And it's not, down in the dumps is not like very, 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 very sad, because it's more of a fun way to say someone is just they're not feeling good, something's happened, and they're feeling down in the dumps. So how would we use it in a sentence? Let's use it as a question. So maybe the friend comes into the class and everyone sees that he doesn't look good. He's like hunched over, he's not really happy. And someone says, hey, why are you so down in the dumps? Like they're asking, why are you so sad? And maybe he got a bad grade. Maybe the teacher said something to him. That's how we're going to use it. We can use it as a question. Most people, they're not going to say, I'm down in the dumps. They might message it. It's a way to message to say, I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling sad. Something happened. Now I'm feeling down in the dumps. So again, we can all identify with this. We've all felt sad. We've all felt that sometime. Tell me what has made you feel down in the dumps? What made you feel sad, depressed, or out of it? Now, we got someone asking, is this the same as under the weather? Now, that's a good question. Thank you, Luann. Now, this is not the same as under the weather. Under the weather, and I'll write it down here so we can see it. Under the weather is about being sick. So when you're under the weather, it means you're sick. You caught a cold, you caught a flu, there's something physically wrong with you. Down in the dumps is more emotional. That's a very good question. Thank you, Luann. And someone's asking, is there a difference between feeling low and down in the dumps? They're the same thing. So feeling low is feeling down in the dumps. You're not feeling good emotionally. We've got examples already. Oh, someone's asking, it's an interesting one from Gizem, what is the difference between down in the dumps and over the moon? Those are very, very different, Gizem. So down in the dumps is about feeling sad, whereas over the moon is about feeling really, really happy. So they are very, very different. If you're over the moon, something good has happened. You're very excited. If you're down in the dumps, something bad happened. We have Andre who says his pet peeve is people that eat with their mouth open. And another one, we've got people avoiding eye contact. It's a pet peeve. Yes, all very, very good expressions. Wonderson is asking, could it mean I'm not in a good mood? Exactly. So that is it. Down in the dumps is to not be in a good mood, to feel sad, to feel down, depressed, a little depressed. So to feel sad, not in a good mood. So his friend asked him, why are you down in the dumps? And he gave any expression. Oh, I've got an example here. He's been down in the dumps since he broke or split up with his bird. I assume that we're using bird as in he split up with his girlfriend. So yes, that can definitely make people feel down in the dumps. Very good one. And Desi is asking, is it to be in low spirits? Yes. Let's write all these other alternatives as well. So low spirits is the same. And we also said that we have under the weather, and let's clarify that under the weather means to feel sick. So it's very different from being down in the dumps. All right, let's do a funny sounding one now. Draw a blank. Draw a blank. So I'm going to actually make a little picture here. We've got the pencil. And draw a blank means that there is nothing on the page. What is the page? The page is your head. So when we say draw a blank, we're talking about forgetting something. So maybe it's in an exam, and maybe during the exam, you draw a blank. In other words, you forget everything. And we have all been in a situation like that, where you studied, you learned, you get into the exam hall, you get into the situation, and you draw a blank. You forget everything. It's a bad feeling. That's why it's here under the emotion and feeling category. So it's not just forgetting, it's forgetting and then feeling really bad about that because you studied, you worked hard for this, and now you drew a blank. You have nothing in your head. And we've got a good expression, a good example here. His name looked familiar, but I drew a blank on it. So there's a small version of it. Two people talking, and this guy should know this guy's name, but he drew a blank. He forgot the name. That happens all the time. A name goes in and goes out. All right, so draw a blank. This means to forget something and feel bad about it. Oh, we've got studying English, and they say, I was cramming for the exam, but on the exam day, I drew a blank. Yes. And always remember that when we're using it and it has a verb, we put it in the past tense. We use the same tenses as usual. Oh, and there's a small version here from Andre. I was trying to sing the song, sing the lyrics, but I drew a blank. Yes, that happens. Just make it up. Make it up. No one probably knows the lyrics anyway. So we've got good examples here already. So that is fine for draw a blank. All right, let's see what we've got left. All right, I think the last ones we have are, let's do talk to the wall first. Talk to the wall. This is about frustration, all right? Frustration. Again, another emotion we can all understand, and a similar one to this, and I will put it, I have some space here, I can put it here, is bang your head on a wall. And both of them mean the same thing, right? You are talking to a wall or you're banging your head against the wall. You are frustrated about something. So with talk to the wall, it means that you are talking to your friend or talking to someone and you are trying to make them understand. You're trying to make them understand what you are talking about. And they don't. They don't understand, they don't get it, and you feel like you are talking to the wall. That's what you feel, like you are talking to the wall because the wall won't understand what you're saying and your friend doesn't understand what you're saying. So that's where the expression comes from. You feel like you're talking to a wall, and that's very frustrating because they just don't get it. When we talk about banging our head against the wall, this is about a situation, not about a person. It's about trying to do something and you just can't do it. No matter how hard you try, you feel like you're banging your head against the wall. That's it. You feel like you're achieving nothing. Like the wall is the situation you're trying to hit through and you can't do it. So there's a lot of frustration in this expression. And again, it's something we can all understand. And there it is. Patil says like talking to a brick wall. Sometimes you can put an adjective in there to explain the kind of wall. We've got some more expressions. Feel now like I am teaching to my students and talking to the wall. And sometimes, yes, when you teach students and they don't get it, it can feel like you're talking to the wall. Like no one's listening. Hopefully, you guys are listening to me. I don't feel like that. Let me write it down. So first we have talk to the wall. And this means to try and explain something to a person who does not understand, no matter how much you explain it. Explain and explain, and they don't get it. And then we have banging your head against a wall. And this means to try to achieve something, to try hard to achieve something, but to fail. So you try and you try and you try, but it just doesn't work, and you're banging your head against the wall. All right, and Wonderson says, in Brazil, we have a similar expression. It means when you are talking to someone, but she is not paying attention. Very similar, very similar. Maybe that's the reason they don't understand. You're talking to the wall. The wall is not paying you any attention. Do we have any other expressions? Oh, making my brother understand is like talking to a wall. Yes, Divi, that's right. And we've got to Gazem, as if I'm talking to the wall, he doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Perfect. Talking to him when he's on his phone is like talking to a wall. That's a good one as well. And then, and Merv says, I speak to my husband, I talk to the wall. I hope that's not true, but that does happen in some couples. It's true. All right, so we're done talk to the wall. Let's look now at, I think we've got two left. Yes, get carried away and chill out. So I'm going to leave chill out for the end. Let's look at get carried away. Now, get carried away is not negative and it's not positive. Okay, it could be either. What it means is you get very excited about something. So that excitement could be a good excitement, It could be a bad excitement. And when you get carried away, it means you start doing something, right? You're really excited about it. You can see like I'm jumping around here. So if it's good, maybe it's the friends that are going to the party and they get a little carried away and they start putting on their clothes and their makeup and they're really excited about it. Maybe they put on too much bling and too much clothes and too much makeup, and they drink too much wine. They get carried away. They had fun. You can get carried away in a negative way as well. So maybe let's go back to the story about the father and the son. The son got the bad grades and the father got carried away, got too excited. He started shouting too much and he said too much and he insulted his son too much. He got carried away. So the excitement there is bad. It's negative. So there we have the two different ones. We've got the good excitement, getting carried away, and the bad excitement of getting carried away. So this is getting excited, and it can be good or bad, getting carried away. All right, let's write it down here. Get carried away, become very excited, and do a lot of things. And it could be good or bad. So we'll say the friends got carried away with the party and drank too much. But they had fun. And we can say that I just want to make sure that my camera doesn't cut out here. Here we go. And we can say that the father got carried away and insulted his son too much. Oh, we got examples here already. So I wasn't going to buy a lot of clothing, but I got carried away and bought more than I actually needed. So that's a good excitement. I think you had fun and you bought lots of good clothes. And Rosangela says that she's watching from USA. Thank you for joining us from USA. And Run Yua says, I was explaining a topic to my friend, but I felt like I was talking to a wall. Jamal says it's like talking to a stone. We don't have that expression in English. Just stick with a wall, because the wall is like made up of stones. All right. And then we've got our final one, and I think this is a good one to end off on, which is to chill out or take it easy. So now we're talking about relaxation. Relaxation is to chill out. You guys may have heard this one a lot. Chill out is a very common expression that's used today, and it's all about relaxation. And there are many ways to chill out, to relax. So it could be meditation, it could be music, it could be partying. Maybe that allows you to chill out and just listen to the music and feel the vibe. Could be watching TV, could be going for a walk. So there are lots of ways to chill out. So we're talking about relaxation. And take it easy is the same thing. And how would we use these is in sentences? Someone might describe themselves. They could say, I'm just chilling out and relaxing at home. In other words, I'm not stressed. I'm not doing anything complicated. We could say the same thing. I'm just taking it easy at home and relaxing. Someone might ask them the question, so are you chilling out? How do you chill out? We use it as a question. We use it as an explanation of ourselves for any way that we want to relax and chill out. So you guys can tell me quickly how you like to chill out. So we have chill out and relax. So this means, chill out and take it easy, which means relaxation, to relax. So we'll use an expression here and say, he likes to chill out with some music and meditation. He takes it easy. He's relaxed. All right, I think there are some examples already. So studying English says, I know that exam was hard, but let's prepare to chill out. So yes, you should chill out after you've done something hard, for sure. We've got Elaine who says children can be carried away during a birthday party. Yes, children get very carried away during a birthday party. Andre says, I got a new challenging job, and because of that, I got carried away. Yes, so maybe you did too much in the job or too much preparation. You got carried away in the job. Very good. Nice. And Luann's combined them. It was a surprise, but she got carried away and let the cat out of the bag. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. All right. And we've got a few more. I like to chill out watching TV. That's from Benny. We've got, he likes to chill out with his animal from Sakin. Gazem, after the exam, I was chilled out and wiped out, so I jumped into my bed. And when I win, I chill out from Jamal. And I will, Divi says, I will not take it easy on my brother during a fight. Ooh, so that's a going back and saying, I'm not going to relax on him. I'm not going to take it easy on him. Very good. And Luann likes to chill out while reading a book. And studying English chills out at the weekend. And it's the weekend now. All right. I thank you guys for joining us here today. We had some technical issues, but I'm glad everyone was able to come back and we finished our lesson. To those of you who joined us late, remember that this lesson is going to go into the playlist for all the Cambly live sessions. So you can watch the beginning, you can watch all of it all over, and go watch all the other Cambly live sessions from me and from all the other tutors. Go and watch all the other Cambly lessons as well. And if you are still uncertain what Cambly is, it's a great web-based, app-based platform where you can learn English with people just like me. You can learn anything you need, whether you're preparing for the exam, whether you're just want to do some conversation practice, you want to learn business English, you're going to find all the experts there. So go take a look. You can subscribe. It's the new year. Make it one of your New Year's resolutions. And yes, so thank you for joining us today. We're going to see you again at another Cambly live session. So bye for now.